and this is Fucked Up from Cinema Eulogies. We're here at Jim Hanley's University, Staten Island, New York, and here with Steve Niles.
Hello.
So how are you anyway?
Exhausted, but I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah.
Things on the road?
Yeah, I've never done anything like this before, so
That's great.
They're just running me ragged, but I'm having a lot of fun.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
All right, so this is actually our first on-screen interview.
Oh,
so
very cool.
I'm going to be reading to you from my notes.
Okay.
Okay, so I look like a big dork to all you guys, all right? All right, here's an important one now.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. So although publicity on this film has been huge, I've read several times that you considered it a non-Hollywood, like almost an against Hollywood type film, but yet it's going so big.
Well, that's basically I'm referring to the way I've been treated, because they've treated me so well. They let me write the script. They let me approve all the screenwriters. They kept me up to date. I mean, I'm not a producer on this. They could cut me out at any point. They just toss me to the curb, which I've had happen on every other project I've ever done. And this one, they have just kept me in the loop with all, even being here, doing this press. Because even doing the press today, it's like, it's Josh Hartnett and Melissa George and the director, and they're going like, what are you doing here? They're like, because Sony is like, get Steve involved, get the writer here.
If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't be here.
But usually, writers really get cracked on in Hollywood a lot of time, and not in this case. They're treating me so well.
That's great. That's great to hear.
So it really has been the anti-Hollywood experience.
One of my questions is that when it came to on set and stuff like that, were you on set a lot?
I wasn't able to be on set because it was in New Zealand, but they would call me and phone me or email me, send me pictures of how makeup was looking or how a set's looking, even up till just when they were doing the editing and just the final cuts. There's some stuff that's subtitled. I was doing dialogue for that. They were writing me from New Zealand. I'm like, oh, you need dialogue. I was writing new stuff.
That's great. That's awesome.
It was really cool.
That's awesome.
They just really kept me in the loop.
In general, I know they choose like cast members and stuff like that. Did you have anybody in mind that you pictured in your head to play certain characters?
I picture the characters. I don't picture actors. I'm really bad at that. Like, everybody on my message board always does that. Like, who would be cast as Cal McDonald? Who would be cast as Evan? I'm like, well, I know.
I don't know. You guys choose.
I'm always wrong, because when I hear casting, I'm always like, it's terrible, and then I see it, and it's fine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm the same way. A lot of times I'll be like, hey, I think they made a horrible choice. See the film, it's a great choice.
Yeah, it's like remember the Tom Cruise thing with Interview with the Vampire?
Yeah,
I was like,
originally I was like him and Brad Pitt. I was like, oh no, great movie.
But played it perfectly.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay. Let's see what we got here for you. We're gonna have to cut like a lot of this bullshit.
Okay, we'll hit it.
Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Recently, I ran across a Swedish film from '06, straight to DVD, called
Frostbite.
There you go. Okay.
I know.
So you know where I'm getting at with this one?
No, that's a ripoff. That's just a straight.
So it is how you feel about it.
Oh yeah. No, it's too close.
I ran across it,
but I'm not going to do anything about it.
And the slogan being 30 days till dawn. I said, this has got to be
a blatant
complete.
It's a blatant ripoff, and the director was recently asked if he ever heard of it and said no, and am I allowed to curse on this?
Yes, you are.
He can just suck my fucking dick.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's how I feel about that guy.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. That's okay. I like that.
No, well, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go sue him. I'm not gonna try to do any of that stuff. But he knows he stole.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
A lot of people haven't been too happy with a lot of like comic to movies and book to film and stuff like that. How do you think that people, genre fans in general, as well as your fans, are going to feel about this film?
I think they're going to be pretty happy. I mean, there's like 3 little tweaks, but nothing that affects like the main, the story. The main story is all there, and and that's why I went with Raimi in the first place, because what he did with Spider-Man. The first Spider-Man was like, I knew everything that was going to happen, because that's how big a nerd I am. I knew what every comic it was referring to, and I think that's what they finally are realizing is like the comic adaptations and the book adaptations that are accurate to the material are the ones that succeed, because there's a reason people like these things. And like with the Fantastic Four, you mess with the origin, you make Galactus a goofy clown, it's just going to fall flat.
A lot of the times it does. A lot of the times they go the wrong direction with the film flops. You have your fans, but then the true fans are the ones that you kind of like, you know, go away from.
Exactly.
From what you're trying to
I think
put
it's
out
like, you know, basically, if you're going to buy Spider-Man, put out Spider-Man. If you're going to buy 30 Days a Night, put out 30 Days a Night.
All right, we'll conclude this interview because I know you're in a rush. I have read that you've written a screenplay for Bigfoot and are talking to Lionsgate about putting the Lurkers to film.
Yep.
Should we assume there'll be more on the film side of things now, as well as writing?
I think, well, you know, I figure the films make it possible for me to do more comics, more writing. So,
absolutely.
Because,
sure, the more stuff you're selling, the more people will be
do more comics. So, I think we're going to have definite announcements. The Lurkers is definitely going to happen. Wake the Dead looks like it's going to happen.
But honestly,
Bigfoot's written and at Hyde Park, and we're just trying to find a director. And then, best of all, Criminal Macabre, Cal McDonald. I think we found a director.
Excellent.
And I hope I'll be announcing that in about 2 weeks. But the guy came up to me and was like, he doesn't want to clean them up. He's like, I want to do a down and dirty, R-rated movie. And I was like, okay, you're it. You're the guy. And he's somebody everybody knows, too. So
excellent. Yeah. All right. Well, it was great talking to you, Steve.
Oh,
and,
thank you so much.
I know you got to take off, so
really cool.
we're going to try and make it to the premiere tonight.
Oh, cool. Great.
All right.
And make sure the director of Frostbitten gets that message.
I definitely will. Don't worry about it.
Actually, there was a review in Fango about it today, and they just trashed it.
I know they said
they said
no 30 days. Yeah.
Yeah. So evidently, you rip something off doesn't make it good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to check out the movie and then I'm going to tear it apart.
Good.
For the show.
Thank you, dude.
All right, man. Thank you
I'll
very
talk
much.
to you soon. Thanks, guys.
And this is Fucked Up with Cinema Eulogies. We're here at Jim Hanley's Universe in Staten Island. The phone is ringing, so we're getting interrupted already.
Not much.
So I guess we'll just let him do his thing. How did you guys feel about having Steve Niles here in the store and just overall?
Awesome.
It was sitting here and having. I know that you're a big fan. You got 8 million things signed by the guy.
I got the most obscure thing signed by the
Yes,
man.
you did.
Tom was incredibly happy.
He embarrassed Steve Niles. We just want to thank Jim Hanley's Universe for letting us bring the camera in here and do our bullshit. And everybody out there, fuck off.